Rich people at Reddit that were poor before. How did money solve your problems and what new problems have appeared? Went through childhood in the foster system and fell through the cracks. Ended up homeless a few times. Anyways, I am not a 1%er, but I do make more than 80% of Americans, yearly salary wise. Money relieved me of stress. When I go shopping I don't check my bank account before I make a purchase. I have insurance so I am not afraid to go to the dentist or doctor. Going out with friends is fun, because I know I won't be financially struggling from a night out. It ultimately brought me a level of stability I never was used to and I am incredibly grateful. My new problems is I wouldn't call problems. Home maintenance, car upkeep, bills, etc. I am grateful those are my main worries these days. It's really crazy how people are so grateful for money when you know what it's like to really not have any. True. Sort of never felt like I had much growing up. Dressed pretty cheap, still do. But I always used to wonder how everyone was always so well off. Still do. I think this is the best response. Many Americans live paycheck by paycheck for most of their lives. When you can finally not feel like you have to check your bank account before buying something or even after rent has been taken out is an amazing feeling. But definitely comes with more bills and responsibilities. Good for you though. Well done. Money allows me to not worry. It doesn't make me happy, but it frees up my mind to be happy, because I don't have to spend time worrying about how I'm going to pay the next bill. Lifestyle creep is a very real thing. If you're looking for a problem, we've gotten used to this level of money, so if it were to go away, it would be a pretty big problem pretty quickly. Our bills have risen along with our income. In the German language there is a saying that goes, Geld macht nicht glücklich, aber es beruhigt ungemein. It translates to, money doesn't make you happy, but it calms you down immensely. It seems to be really true. In the Brooklyn language there is a saying that goes, mo money, mo problems. Biggie Smalls is the illest. It translates to money doesn't make you happy, but it calms you down immensely. Biggie Smalls is currently the best rapper. It seems to be really true. I'm pretty sure that Biggie Smalls is number 2. Tupac lists this as the biggest reason that he fricked his bitch you fat motherfucker. I got the list. Here's the order of my list that it's in. It goes Reggie, Jay-Z, Tupac and Biggie, Andre from Outkast, Jada, Corrupt, Nas, and then me. According to Eminem, and, depending on how you read the lyric, Biggie is either number 4 or tied for 3rd. I can now buy good gifts for my friends, family. Downside. Now I can't get them shitty gifts. If I ever run into money I'm not telling anyone. I've run into thorns, puddles, and other unpleasant things. But never money. I've found like $45 before. That was nice. What? No backstory. When I was poor, no money, but free time. Now, money, no free time. It's really not fair. Maybe when I retire I can finally catch up on my gaming backlog. I'll be the old guy in the assisted living facility playing RDR2, instead of hoping my grandkids call. Dude, when millennials get to old age, they'll be having gaming parties in the old folks home. John, raid time is right after pudding man. Where are you? Discord is silent. Damn it John, I swear you better be having a stroke. Yeah, I was struck in your mum last night. Fawning service industry people. Wait staff. Hotel. Retail store people. It's embarrassing sometimes, because I don't know how to react. I have a sister who is middle class and 3 kids. I'm relied on to provide certain expensive things for the kids. Once in a while is fine. It's fun. But, because I have no kids, she thinks there should be a constant stream of fun activities and gifts coming from me. Because what else are you spending your money on? So, you're saying this is a real case of your sister having 3 kids and no money while you have no kids and 3 money? Had to log in to upvote this. Clever reference. What is 3 money? Grew of middle class. until 12 years old. Then mum had a stroke and parents lost family business and was essentially piss pool broke. I think parents sheltered my brothers and I from it a lot. Always had something to eat, but always moving around different homes. Christmas presents consisted of socks, underwear and candy bars. It sucked during high school. I was jealous. Went to college, got a job, and so did my brothers. My brothers started doing well and started supporting our parents. I ended up going to med school, getting through residency, still paying off massive loans, but now in a place where I don't have to worry about my car breaking down. I can go to Whole Foods. I can buy friends and family dinner without thinking about it. I can pay for my parents' dental work without thinking too much about it. I can invest in stocks, invest in a good home, maintain the home and my cars and even make money on my house by investing correctly. The biggest difference is that now I can make financial decisions that on their own make money for me, with real estate and with investing. And the ratio of this easy capital gains money only gets better every year. When you are poor you own nothing and the only way of making money is to work. But if your paycheck can't support your lifestyle it is very difficult to break cycle. Paycheck can't support lifestyle, then it is difficult to break cycle, dully noted. Need to remember that and think about it whenever I want to buy something. Generally speaking, with some exceptions. If you can't pay cash for it comfortably, you can't, shouldn't, afford it. Exceptions being car, house, apartment, college. Those things of course require financing, and you should then consider if the monthly payment could just as easily be paid in cash, so that you are paying it in full every month. You don't want, ideally, any carryover balance from one month to the next. That is how things snowball. Add in an emergency on top of it, and you've got yourself an avalanche. I can afford the good toilet paper now. The only problem is, I'm still not rich enough to have someone wipe for me. I just bought a bidet thingy on Amazon for like $30, and I think it's the next best option. Just saying. Did you name it, and do you talk down to it, like it's less than you? Yeah, you spray that ass, you glorified faucet. I bet you wish I'd wash my hands with you, don't you? You dirty slut. You know daddy likes a squirter. What did I miss? My biggest difference is now that I can wait till something is in sale and cheap, instead of need to replace it when it broke. It allows me to get better quality for the same amount of money. For example, laundry machine is minus 50% during sales. So I can buy the quality of a $1,000 sign, instead of a low end of the market for $500. I'm slightly confused. Do you buy a new washing machine before your older one is broken? Or when the older one breaks, you can afford a laundromat until there is a sale? Yeah, he upgrades things as he goes rather than waiting until it breaks and then having to buy the cheapest option. We do the same, and it's a relief. We're currently thinking of upgrading the dishwasher, so we will wait for the end of year sales and get one. Then, because our dishwasher currently still works fine, we can sell it on. With no money you don't have the flexibility to buy stuff before you need it. That makes sense. I am in a position to comfortably buy our new appliance, but still in such a frugal mindset that I don't ever really considering buying a new one unless my other one is broken. Not rich by 1% standards. Never been poor. I always had a support system, even if I had no money myself. That being said, the number one thing I noticed is holidays aren't as stressful, because money isn't an issue. Shopping for presents is relatively easy, because I'm limited by creativity, not weighing how ashamed am I going to be to give this crappy gift to someone versus how much do I want to eat this week. The main problems come from being in that place where enough is never enough. As long as I watch my spending, I can mostly buy the occasional thing I want, but I don't have enough that I can buy whatever. It's also a dilemma when it comes to helping out my friends. I don't have enough that I can afford to solve, or really significantly impact, my friends' financial problems, while at the same time I want to be generous, helpful when I can. On the gripping hand, it becomes easy to be taken for granted or even worse, taken advantage of. Springing for the occasional meal can easily become being expected to pay for restaurants that are more expensive than I want to be going to in the first place. You want to nip that shit in the bud real quick. But I have a lot of friends who are literally looking through couch cushions for gas money. At the same time, if I gave them gas money all the time, I wouldn't be able to pay my own bills. So it sucks to sit there and have to figure out when I can actually help versus when I'm lighting myself on fire to keep someone else warm. This is me to a T without the having money growing up part. Slowly creeping up on 6 figures, and it's not nearly as much money as everybody thinks after taxes. I spend about $400 a check on other people and helping people out. But at least I'm in a position to be able to do it. Spot on the statement that if you're generous enough you all of a sudden won't be able to afford your bills aspect of it. Yeah, I grew up comfortable with money, but never rich. After my first wife left, things got real rough. I ended up losing my house, and there were definitely parts where money was super tight. I still remember the feeling of failure having to cash in the $100 or so in savings bonds my grandparents gave me when I was born just to buy groceries. But at the same time, I at least had that, which is why it's hard to say I've ever been poor. I knew I'd always have a roof over my head and food in my belly. Plenty of people don't even have that. Your money would go way further for yourself if you saved that $800 instead of helping others though. It is awesome of you to be so helpful, but $800 mo is a lot of money. While true, I honestly admit I struggle with this. Probably because I know how it feels to need help financially. I can't help but to try and provide them a solution. Like the OP said, having some of your closest family and friends struggling to do something as basic as make it to work, eat, while I'm sitting comfortably is hard to do. But my goal for the new year is to start a real savings and become debt free. Definitely going to give me less free money to help out. We weren't really that poor, but we lost a good part of our income, and the biggest problem is I can't spend money without stressing about how many hours I will have to work to pay it off. I so feel you. That's a really shitty feeling. I kind of track how expensive things are by how much of my time they cost too. To relieve stress I look at my bank balance. I grew up lacking a lot cause my family was poor. It made me not wasteful and fairly cautious with money. My bank balance is generally healthier than most people's, but I am by no means wealthy. Subscribe and click the notification bell to get the best of British.